Forget about episode Nagi? I did. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do mean to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Say another fun fact. You know I got to pre-draw it. Because it is peak every month, even if Pencil happens to forget that it dropped the month that it dropped. This thing came out on June 8th, dog. Why did I, like, that is so, I don't even know why I forgot it. I have no idea, like, genuinely, I think I meant to sit down and record, because I remember it dropping. And I remember someone commenting about it dropping. But I think the month just got away from it. Like, that is crazy. Like, presumably, it's going to be, the second to last chapter episode 9 is going to be out in like a few days. If the spoilers are not already out. So, whoops! So this is definitely going to be a super late review, but let's not waste more time. Let's hop right into chapter 35 of English of Blue Lock, episode Nagi, known as Eternal Sunset. We're starting off with Ryo, who once again, I'm very interested to see where he goes in the main manga. Notably, episode Nagi, you kind of know where he's gonna end up, but specifically, I'm interested to see his journey in the main manga, considering it feels like he has simultaneously been released from Await, as I do now agree with the common consensus that technically, in the most generous interpretation for Ryo, it was actually Nagi holding him back, not really vice versa. And realistically, it's not even the most generous interpretation. That's just like the general interpretation. Like, notably, they were both holding each other back, but who was being held back more? It was definitely Ryo. That's what the end of the Bartra vs. Manshine game really is all about, showing that Ryo, once he unrestricts himself from Nagi, is actually kind of just goated. So, honestly, I'm very interested to see what path he goes down, especially considering he still is fulfilling the Chameleon archetype, right? Like, his whole task over the 2-week time skip in the main manga was very specifically, hey, Buckaroo, copy all these other players in case one of them goes down so we can fill you. So, ultimately, I'm very interested to see what role he's going to play. Like, how pivotal he's going to be in Blue Lock becoming the strongest, right? Like he has to be pivotal. But at the same time, I do wonder how much. But let's see. You know, one thing I noticed, because I was editing videos and I was checking up on playlists, because some of my playlists are out of order for some reason. Like, the My Thoughts playlist is all jacked up. Like, it shows the most recent video first time. I need to figure out how to fix that. But I don't know why. I always said I don't even know where I got that from. I think maybe that was from Numb Nexus. A lot of my things are from Numb Nexus. If you don't know who Numb Nexus is, he's a PokeTuber that I am still subscribed to, but I haven't watched one of his videos in so long. I've been subscribed to Numb Nexus for years. And a lot of my, like, I suppose you could say vocal stems are from him. Even whenever I rarely, and admittedly, that's unlike the, before I start reviewing, the singing thing I do less often, but then occasionally I do just break into full-out song. That is actually stolen directly from Numb Nexus, entirely subconsciously, until I actually realized it, and now I just do it as a reference. So I don't know why. I think the is from him, but I don't remember when he would have done it. Then again, I haven't watched his channel in a while. That's bad. Let's see. I'm sure that Nagi is just ahead. Yeah, Ryo's still on that Nagi meat, bro. And this is definitely I love and dislike this part about myself. The more time passes after something quote unquote concludes, and the more retrospective I get on it, typically the more positive and soft I get on it. So from a guy who used to really not like Ryo, and a guy who still thinks his character design is kind of weird, like, I don't know, everything from his eyebrows to his facial structure to even his hair, nothing about Ryo, like, clicks for me. Not that he's, like, badly drawn or anything by either of the Blue Lock mangaka. It's just, like, he's just a weird-looking character to me. Character-wise, I appreciate him so much more now. I appreciate him so much more now that I'm seeing the vision, now that the wool has been lifted from my eyes, the anti-Ryo glaze, or the anti-Ryo bias has been lifted from me. I appreciate the character a whole lot more, and I understand and respect the character a whole lot more than I did previously. Do I still think their relationship was unhealthy? Yes. But I think it's for the good of both of their writing. So, like, hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do for a good story. But let's see. I'm sure that Nagi is just ahead, but my abilities still aren't on his level. Oh, Ryo. Oh, Ryo. Oh, Ryo. Unfortunately, that would not stay true forever. Let's see. Even if we're reunited, I can't just rely on his talent. Until I become someone who can catch up and stand by Nagi's side as his partner. Until we become a strong duo that can once again dream of being the world's best. See, once again, Blue Lock episode Nagi. As someone so definitely put, and I think it's interesting, especially if Nagi is going to end up back in Blue Lock, or at least a major part of the main story from this point on, and that's why the manga's ending, because we're past the selection phases, and honestly, we saw everything we really needed to see. So wrapping up episode Nagi and like just quickly skipping through the U20 match in the Neo Aegis League, or even just skipping through third selection mostly, I think it's perfectly fine. But I am so happy that I was reading this as it came out. Boy, clearly forgot on occasion. But in spite of that, I do love just the tragedy of knowing, right? The dramatic irony of knowing what will happen to this quote-unquote duo when they reunite. When they reunite for the wrong reasons, I suppose. Let's see. Now, moving on. Will the second clear team please enter? Nothing. That's actually weird. I think it's just the angle. This actually kind of looks like a funny Nagi drawing. I think it's just the facial shape. Let's see. But look at the aura, though. Look at the aura. Well, why Baro got max aura in this panel, bro? It's because he looks taller than Nagi here. But I think technically you can tell that that's mostly his hair doing the work. Because Nagi's like where the tip of Nagi's head would be, whereas the tip of Baro's head, you can tell Nagi's still actually higher. So I'll give Nomura this. I'm not sure if he has like the characters lined up, and this is just Nomura. Obviously, I know there's a different mangaka for episode Nagi as well. But I guess they just have like height sheets, because it's very rare. If I literally can't think of a single instance where the heights were genuinely inconsistent, and that's difficult. With a cast as large as Blue Lock, and not just a cast as large as Blue Lock, but a cast that's as large and consistently cycling through different characters, to have the heights memorized so consistently, and like the builds of the characters, which are all different, even if they do have like a uniform athletic build in a general sense. Very, very impressive work by both mangaka. It's very easy to screw up heights. Like another series that I really, really love, and I'm also going to catch up on. I'm just going to do a triple review for that one. Four Nights sometimes gets really silly and inconsistent with the heights, and like not even for the gag scene, but just like in general, you can tell Nakaba probably doesn't have like if he has character sheets for, or like model sheets for all the characters, he does not have like their height in mind, because there are times where characters are massively taller than they should be or massively shorter than they should be, and it is just weird. Like, it just doesn't make sense based on what they've been, and it's very noticeable. But so far, I cannot think of a single instance in Blue Lock where a character has been misproportioned, which is very, very impressive. Let's see. He's like, oh, I can see your future, Nagi. You're gonna get kicked from this manga. Let's see. Hey, I'm here, loser. It's been about 1,000,000 years. Oh, Chigiri, you're so good. Please don't break your leg or go bald. Or both. Or both. Please, Chigiri. Please, I'm begging you, Chigiri. Let's see. I love it. But you know what? I love that. These three who do have a direct dynamic with Isagi are like, yeah, what's good? What's Gucci geeking? And both Zantetsu and Kiora are like, I don't really know this guy from a can of paint. He's just a dude. Like, yeah, these two fellas tweaking over an Isagi Phantom. And then you just have these two guys being like, we think the other three are crazy. especially the two super geniuses. Like they've lost their minds. Let's see. Hey! Oh, Zantetsu's here too. Oh, so he did come. Hey, yo, Ari. Let's see. You guys. He's off the pitch right now, so he's chill. Let's see. Huh? Hey, why do you look so relieved, Isagi? Did you think we wouldn't make it? Oh, I can't keep highlighting it. But you know what? It's like the last three reviews. I'm going to keep highlighting it. Like, every single thing hits twice over now. Honestly, I almost wish there was a universe where I didn't know Nagi's fate, so I could just keep reading episode Nagi without the dramatic irony. But the dramatic irony adds so many layers to every single statement that has anything to do with maintenance or future dynamics or anything like that. It's weird. But I'd love to see the alternate timeline where the Neo Aegis League was for some reason still going on, or got the main manga delayed a little bit, and thusly this is happening without the context. Because I feel like it would hit, and like it would hit all at once after the fact. Whereas reading it after chapter like 298, 299, and 300, after reading it like this, it's hitting like a car, right? Where it's like, here, take a hit of dramatic irony, take a hit of dramatic irony, take a hit of dramatic irony. Meanwhile, if we didn't have the knowledge of the main manga, and then we just got it dropped on us that he's going to get banished after this manga ended, it would just hit like a flat freight train. But ultimately, if I had to pick a narrative delivery format, I do appreciate this one more because it just feels so tragic. Let's see. Did you think we wouldn't make it? Huh? No, it's not that. Are you looking down on me? You arrogant fool. Coming from you, Baro? Let's see. Huh? He's treating us as supporting characters. That's not even dramatic irony. That's just facts. Shigiri gang, know your role. You ain't even gonna do the Ragnas, dog. Like, where actually? Where? If I were to do like a narrative importance tier list, where would I put Shigiri? Like, say we have like S tier for main characters, A tier for major characters. Is Shigiri low-key a B tier? Is that crazy? Is that crazy? Because like I would have to put him a level below, with obviously because now he has his own manga and because of just how he was handled in the Manshine match and post that, he may genuinely be like a B tier character. Because I'd say obviously Isagi and Rin. Then Batra, like I may have to do that. I'm gonna do that and just think about it. But I think Shigiri may genuinely be a B tier down there with like Kunigami. Because sometimes they really do feel like afterthoughts, despite how important they were to the Team Z narrative. Let's see. No, it's just I'm happy. Just so happy to see you guys again. Let's see. Happy? It's cool, he can just say that. Darn, Nagi, you can say you're happy too. Of course you get to see us again. It's not like I'd ever get kicked out from the narrative. Let's see. I won't stop playing soccer until I beat... And you know what? I'm gonna do like a full and it's funny because I reread Ubers, but I'm gonna do like a full proper reread of the manga and see and just look for all the hints that kind of Shiro Sensei dropped. That Nagi was cooked. Like there has to be moments like this, not just in episode Nagi, obviously, but in the main manga, where like this ego death for Nagi was so perfectly set up. Because I know this isn't just like, oh, this is retroactive foreshadowing. Nah, this was foreshadowing that exists in the main manga that just never clicked for me. I was huffing the Nagi copium so badly, even after he lost to Rin, lost to Baro, lost to Isai. I was really huffing it that he was going to go crazy against Barcha like a majority of people were. I'll admit, some people, and I do give credit to these people, some people did see it coming. Like they saw the writing on the wall and didn't cope. They were like, Nagi's gonna get locked off. And I remember a friend of mine specifically had predicted that. And I remember literally sitting back and looking at them and being like, you're genuinely insane. Do you think that man with his own manga is gonna get locked off? He's like, it just seems like it would be. And I specifically remember when the leaks came out, he was like, he just called me and started laughing. He called me and started laughing. And once again, I tried to avoid the leaks so I could give like real, genuine live reactions. And like, when he did that, I was like, oh, sweet mother mercy, now he's getting locked off, isn't it? Like, because there was no other reason for him to call me, laugh, and then hang up. There was no reason. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna kill you. I still haven't beaten the top 3 either. Yeah, but see, look at that. And I love how the character dichotomy is shown. Baro's motivated not just to defeat Isagi, but also the top 3 and just keep climbing higher. Now he's only focused on Isagi. And Shigiri, with those amazing eyelashes, might I add. Like, do you have mascara? But would that be the case? Shigiri is kind of in his own lane in a way. Anyway, I guess it's just a fated reunion. I did a Lady Shadows Club reunion. I knew this game out way before chapter 309. Let's see. Yeah, let's have another good fight. Now then, will the next clear team please enter? See, I still, like, with the context of these two losing to Nagi's team, I still have no idea how they got rated higher than him. I still don't get it. Yuki Maya, like this, like how? Let's see. Third clear team. Oh, so they made it. The ultimate duo. Eita. How do you pronounce Otoya's name? Is it Eita? Ita? I'm not sure. And Tabito Karasu. The ultimate duo. Fourth clear team. I actually remember this when Hiyagi was first revealed in episode Nagi. As a panel I thought back to it. And then I'll say, man, that's the sleeper character to make it to the top 23, though. That's so crazy. Let's see. Reiji Hiragi. It's a shady tarot jerk. He's still around? What a drag. Huh? Who is he? Beats me. Really? They just mentally blocked him out? Okay. I mean, I get what you gotta do. Let's see. And now, will the fifth clear team please enter? This is also, I thought we were going to get more out of this guy in particular. Not really this guy, but I really thought we were going to get more out of this super tall fellow here. But he was really just like a set piece. Let's see. Iki Nico and Hiyori, man. Another crazy duo. Who's the fifth person here, though? Nico! The ones who've gotten stronger have all on their way to the top. If only you could have done the same. Let's see. Moving on to the sixth clear team. Hey, quit pushing me! Oh, that hurts! Oh, wait. I forgot. Yeah, this is this team. Ah! Oof!
Raichi Kagamaru. Wanima? I love the genuine concern of like, wait a minute, that guy? I was like, they haven't changed a bit. Huh. There's one team left. Yeah. Ryo and Kunigami aren't here yet. But you know, I do like that Nagi acknowledges Kunigami, right? Because he really had little to no connection with the guy. But even still, he respects not just Ryo, but Kunigami enough that he expected to see him. Let's see. You'll make it. And now, for the 7th and last clear team, please enter. Right? Ryo? And I do love the perspective difference, right? It's Nagi who has the deeper connection to Ryo, focusing on Ryo. All we know in the main manga, it's Isagi focusing on Kunigami. I like it. Let's see. Once again, Igaguri aura farming. I'm so glad he's gone, bro. But 309 dropped it. He made me back. Let's see. And then my baby. My son. My little shark boy. All grown up. He's not all grown up yet, but still he's so big. I'm so proud of him. Let's see. Right? Ryo? Hail the 3 treasures. Igaguri! I forgot about that. I even watching the main manga is like, you lived? How? Let's see. Isagi, Chigiri. How am I supposed to play soccer without you on the same world line as me? Yo. Why that stabby straight this? It's because world line got me thinking about Kingdom Hearts, and I was not dropping anytime soon. But let's see. And I love how sinister Igaguri looks here. That's really, really cool. Let's see. Without you on the same world line as me, I'll lose sight of everything. Oh, Nagi, if only you knew. Oh, Nagi, you lazy behind fool, if only you knew. Sorry, stay hydrated, folks. But, let's see. I'll lose sight of everything. So don't disappear. And once again, I always bring it up whenever we do get into the heavy Ryo Nagi stuff. If you don't see the BL in this, you are just coping. It's not even like, in some cases, I'll look at some people doing it and I'm like, okay, you kind of stretching the meat a little thin there, which is definitely a double entendre, I know. But for this one, like the one stretch I'll kind of give is I do think the Kunigiri shippers, aka the Chigiri x Kunigami shippers, I see it, like, it's a thing. I see it, but I see it in retrospect with all the extra stuff that's been put on top of it. I do not see it as heavy as I see the Kaines stuff, as heavy as I see the Ryo Nagi stuff. And those are like the 2 main ones where I'm like, yeah, okay, that's like clearly intended in the manga. I weirdly view Kunigami and Chigiri as like just real good homies. And even then, Kunigami's just a bad person. Not of his own volition or anything. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really get the Kunigiri stuff. But if you're gonna say, okay, you're stretching the BL, I'll go with that one. I'll hand you that one nice and clean. But everything else, and by everything else, I mean the Ryo Nagi stuff, like, what's it? Ryo Mikage. Ryo. I love my homies. I love them. I've told the homies I love them before. I tucked them in. And I tucked them in goodnight and all that. But my eyes are never lighting up like this when I see one of them. And, like, notably, some of my homies I've gone, like, years without speaking to just because of, like, different circumstances, going to different colleges and stuff like that. And I haven't seen them in a while, and sometimes I've been too busy that I haven't been able to talk over the phone. They were separated for, like, a week. Or 2. At most. Dog. This is, like that's a man in love. That's genuinely a man deeply in love. Like, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Let's see. Who knew waiting for someone could be so painful and warm? So painful and so, like, dog. Am I a lunatic? Am I the crazy one? Am I making things up that simply don't exist? Am I a tweaker? Yes. But, like, come on now, dog. Let's see. It's been a while. Oh, but you know, I even like how this foreshadows Ryo eventually ending up blocking Nagi. Obviously, we know, in this case, he's doing it for Nagi's own good. He doesn't feel like he's equal to him yet, so he doesn't feel like he should acknowledge himself alongside Nagi just yet. Which if only he kept that up during the New Aegis League. Oh, Ryo, you so easily folded. But, on top of that, this does feed forward into the idea that Ryo most likely blocked Nagi for his own good as well. Not just his own good as Ryo, in the individual player, but also for Nagi's sake of like helping him let go in terms of the main manga now that Nagi's been locked off. Let's see. It's been a while. Huh? Why? He must be really angry. I want to apologize. I need to apologize. Like, once again, you ain't doing this for just the homie, dog. Makes sense. For saying what I said. For all of it. And there's so much else I want to talk about.
Oh, it's so heavy. Oh, I feel like I'm Atlas holding up the sky right now. Please, please, please.
That's it. And yet, if you're gonna throw me away, then just do it. But maybe that's just because I want him to forgive me. If I force my selfishness on Ryo again, I might just end up hurting him.
Oh, Nagi. Oh, Nagi. Once again, if only you knew. If only you knew.
Like, there's some times where I can almost feel the author, right? Like, I'm not sure if any of y'all get this when you're reading something. Or any, and not even reading, but like any piece of work. Because every piece of work is written. So, like, there's some times where I can almost feel the author on my shoulder. Or, like, sitting next to me laughing. This is one of those times where I know Kaneshiro Sensei was just giggling and kicking his feet as he wrote this, dog. This is so vile. But see, I might just end up hurting him. Yep, and then Shigiri. Then again, this is the thing. Like, I can see the Kunigiri stuff, but at the same time, like, Isagi is just as violent a reaction as Shigiri does here, at least if I remember properly. Let's see. That's all, folks. Shido Ryu, once again, crazy aura farming. Let's see. Huh? Where's Kunigami? Oh, wait. I was giving this thing Ego's voice. I think it was just like the general VAR announcer. Ding dong, ding dong. These are all the players who cleared the third selection. Hey, Ryo, why isn't he with you? Hey. Ryo's like, about that. Kunigami wouldn't let it end now. He did, though. I put him on the express train to the underworld. Huh? What's his deal? Funny enough, we still kind of don't know. Like, years after his introduction, other than the fact that he do be balling, we don't know much about Shido. Never met his parents. Never got, like, any, like, direct motivation outside of balling and, like, spreading seed. Like we have no idea about Shido in a grand scheme. I don't even think he has a light novel. He's, like almost every other major character, especially characters of Shido's importance, all have gotten, like, light novels. Like, even Nico has gotten, like, light novel flashbacks and stuff. But not Shido. Shido is oddly mysterious. I'll give him that. Let's see. That pure, earnest piece of garbage hero. In the grand scheme of my life, he was just a slime that wouldn't even let me help. I know he's voiced by the same guy who does Gojo in the anime. Let's see. In the grand scheme of my life, he was just a slime that wouldn't even help me level up. Shut your mouth! What do you know about Kunigami? I know he's gonna be depressed and graying in like a month. Let's see. Like I said, I really don't care. Once again, actual little insane speed blitz by Chigiri? He's nowhere near in frame here. Where is Shigiri in this panel? And Shido immediately goes for a spin kick, and Shigiri apparates out of thin air and drags Isagi down. Like, that is impressive. That's a combat and travel speed feat. Don't make me make a strongest blue characters tier list. Dada would be the strongest. But let's see. I don't really care about your story. Which is funny because Shido will be one of the people who will most respect Isagi the fastest. So it's hilarious how he starts off very antagonistic toward Isagi. But we know eventually he's the one who actually like gives Isagi the most praise and respect. And especially in comparison to the other top blue locker of this period, Rin. Shido actually comes around to Isagi pretty quick. Let's see. Now, that's enough, you lumps of talent. You don't have time to spend worrying about those who fell by the wayside. Because your soccer lives and Blue Lock itself on the verge of disappearing forever as so much worthless trash. Okay, so I guess we are. Notably, I'm fine with that. That's the thing about like recovering old stuff. That's the one kind of issue with episode Nagi. Once you got this stuff that was covered in the main manga, it does feel weird to spend time on it. So we skipped the whole unless we're gonna go. I'm gonna scroll a little bit further. Yeah. Oh, this is just a redraw of a famous panel at this point. But we skipped over the whole Bachura and Shido interaction. But it makes sense. Once again, ultimately, I'm assuming this was only included because Shigiri is also a major part of Nagi's narrative. He's sort of like, this is gonna sound so bad. I know people are gonna be like, Pencil, how could you say this? Shigiri's low-key the female lead. Like you know how a lot of series have trios and it's like main character, deuteragonist, female lead. Chigiri's kind of the female lead of Nagi's story, especially in the like last half of the back half of episode Nagi. So it does actually kind of make sense that he would end up getting this moment here because it ties to him. But he didn't actually have too heavy a moment focusing on the fight with Shido. That was Bachira, who really has zero to no connection with Nagi, except for being the one who eliminated him. Let's see. It seems the big shots of the soccer world want to annihilate Blue Lock, and fast, which means 3 weeks from now, there will be a battle for Blue Lock's continued existence. In a special match between Japan's U20 team and the Blue Lock 11. If you win this match, Blue Lock can steal the right to represent Japan in the U20. The U20? Representing Japan? A life-changing path that will take me closer to a World Cup victory. Yeah, but that's the thing. Ryo, I'm sorry I didn't see your writing before, bro. You always had your eye on the bigger picture. You just love Nagi too much. You just love your boys too much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ryo. I didn't see the vision sooner. I'm sorry. Let's see. That'll take me closer to a World Cup victory. That's what Ryo... But see, that's the thing. So focused on other people, man. That's what Ryo and I dreamed of. No, Nagi. Nagi, no. Nagi, walk away from the light. Nagi, please. It's too late. It's way too late. Let's see. That's what Ryo and I dreamed of. The match is in 3 weeks. The U20 Japan team, led by Sei Itoshi, versus the Blue Lock 11. That's a very good drawing, I'm saying. Let's see. Let's go, you lumps of talent. We'll be the ones to transform Japanese soccer. Once again, this is a fantastic panel redraw. I'll admit, though, he actually kind of looks a little funnier. Let's see. Hey, wait a sec! We're not guaranteed a spot, but who's gonna be in the Blue Lock 11? Do we have to pick midfielders and defense from this group? We're all forwards, though. Gagamaru. If only you knew where you were gonna end up, buddy. Let's see. Oh, shut up. Do you take me for an idiot? On occasion. Let's see. Blue Lock is going to assemble a team focused around the following 6 players. Which is so hilarious, because it kind of wasn't. Like thinking about the top 6. It really, outside of Rin, it really was no, Karasu did play a good supportive role, so did Otoya, but realistically, it was not centered around those 6 at all. Even Yuki Maya didn't really feel like he got that much focus. Was it? Focused around the following 6 players. These are the top-ranked players at present, and putting together a team in just 3 weeks will require a most rational gamble. The following players, please step forward. First, our top player, Rin Itoshi. I'll admit, some of these drawings actually look a little funny, but I think it's just because the art style, it's Blue Lock adjacent. It's Nomura adjacent. The mangaka, I keep forgetting the name of for episode Nagi, they do a fantastic job of replicating the Blue Lock art style, but they versatilely do it in their own way, and I always get that uncanny valley feeling whenever I see characters being drawn in a slightly different art style that's still so closely trying to mimic their own. It's like when I look at my own art. For example, for today's drawing, because it is the 4th, I'm recording this kind of late, because it's been a busy day. For today's drawing, I pulled Yuta Okotsu from JJK0. This is the first image you get when you pull him up. It looks different from the main one, even though I was trying to activate my Sharingan to simply copy the image I saw. Of course, I did my own little artistic things, like doing all the hairs individually and the eye stylizations, but that's it. I give myself the uncanny valley feeling when I look at my own art, because typically whenever I try to copy something, my art style will just automatically bleed in. It's very hard for my Sharingan to perfectly hard tomo copy something unless I'm going super hard for it. The Guilty Gear drawings I was doing, that was me fully lock it in. But these images, they look a little funky. But in a good way. Notably, they aren't badly drawn or anything. It's just, I know what Rin and Shido look like, and I'm so used to seeing them drawn a certain way that seeing them drawn in this way does feel a little bit different. And it looks like Shido's missing his hair highlights here. Let's see. Number 3, Tabito Karasu. I still don't get how he's number 3. Really, we did not get enough of Karasu to see him as number 3. I knew that, idiot. Number 4, Eita Otoya. Once again, not enough. Alrighty. Number 5, Kenyu Yukimaya. Okay, it's an honor. And last, number 6, Seshiro Nagi. It is so funny how Ego once had high hopes for Nagi, but then he saw the vision. Then he saw the truth. Darn, man. Seshiro Nagi. Huh? First, we'll divide these 6 into pairs, assign them ranks A, B, and C, and then create 3 teams. Next, the remaining 29 players must decide which team they'd like to join. Then, the 3 people will be randomly assigned to the team they chose, and form teams of 5. After that, newly formed teams will play a 5-on-5 game against each other. This is the revised final assignment of the 3rd selection. Consider it tryouts for the right to represent Japan in the U20 World Cup. Which is funny, because a lot of characters who really didn't get to show off in the U20 match did actually end up getting to represent Japan. It's actually weird to think about. Like, characters like Corona, Nanase, relatively Zantetsu, Raichi, like big names now through the new Aegis League and their development there. They were not even remotely at all featured in the U20 match itself. So it is crazy how, like, what 3rd selection's ending was set up to be really was like the red herring to end all red herrings. Because like half, or not half, like maybe like a quarter of the players who were relevant there just were not relevant at all by the time of the end of New Aegis League in the final ranking. Let's see. Consider it tryouts for the right to represent Japan in the U20 World Cup. 1 game. Basically, show us what you've got. Oh, this is like pro-level stuff. Take me to your trash. Ha! Fine by me. Bring it on. I need to make a case for myself to get on the lineup. First, the top 6 can head into the next room. So we need to pick our Battle Brothers? That's actually such a cool title, though. Battle Brothers? Is there a video game called that? I feel like I've heard that before. Let's see. And Nagi's walking off and Ryo's looking at his bag. Let's see. So, basically, we'll be the linchpins of our fighting power, and we're deciding on the formation we'll use against the U20 players. But it ain't like our spots in the starting lineup are guaranteed. If you get careless, we'll come for your heads, numbers 1 and 2. We'll steal your thrones. Unironically, both of y'all fumbled horrifically when y'all said that. And in fact, Karasu actually did manage to prove himself and then stayed relevant. Otoya, he definitely got a buff by end of New Aegis League to get some relevancy in, but at the same time, did he though? At least in the U20 match, he was a good facilitator, but then he got subbed out. I was like, get off me, you idiot! Ninja dodge! That's the thing. I do like their dynamic. I like it. Let's see. Anyway, you two sure get along, number 3 and 4. You guys really are amazing. He's still dodging so well. And I think it is actually confirmed he does come from like a ninja lineage. Like this isn't just like a gimmick that he does for the memes. Like he actually does have like weird ninja training. Let's see. Let's have another fun match. Extraordinary and ninja duo. I like that. Was like Nagi. Oh, that's the one thing I love about Nagi and a lot of the Blue Lock characters. It's really like a rare few like Ren who just will not respect other players. But Nagi, once he has like a good intense match against somebody, he'll be like, yeah, you know ball, you know ball. Let's do it again. I like you know ball. Let's see. Alrighty, you really are annoying, Sashiro Nagi. Thanks. Hey, can I ask you a question, number 2-san? Oh, is he gonna ask about Kunigami or Ryo? Let's see. It looks like you want your way here on the same team as Ryo. He's like, which one was that? Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean the purple top knot? What, was he doing well? Has he gotten stronger and better? It's BL, bro. It's BL. I'm not debating anybody. I'm not debating anybody. And notably, luckily enough, at least any of the people who I know who also read Blue Luck, no one's ever debated me about this. They've only asked, and that literally the one time somebody asked, I was like, think about it. Just think about it. And they sat there, and I literally saw them, like if the manga was, like, scrolling in their head, I saw them reviewing all the Ryo Nagi scenes and being like, I see exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, you know. Let's see. And better? Huh? Like I care. You ask him yourself. And that is very true for Shido. He's like, that literally doesn't matter to me. He was so relevant. Let's see. Fair enough. But I'll tell you one thing. Everything about that guy was broken. And he's starting to change. But see, look at that. That's the thing. Shido, he's a mean, dumb, stupid doo-doo head. But he is like very observant. That's the thing. I think as much as Shido didn't really get much in the New Aegis League, and like he still isn't like that changed of a character, he is real solid. Like if he's going to be our one pure static character, right? Like say we're never gonna get Shido back, so we're never gonna get Shido development. He's gonna do the same thing he always does.
he has such a solid foundation that I don't blame Kaneshiro Sensei for not really wanting to mess with the character too much. Do I want him to still? Absolutely. Please complicate Shido up some more. But at the same time, I can see the vision on why he hasn't really meddled with it too much. Because Shido's kind of just goated. Like I can't even pretend he's not.
What's broken? Oh, gotcha. Thanks. Once again, these dynamic poses, dog. I need to. Then again, it's only ending in 2 months. I'm not gonna look at the manga, but they are very, very good at the dynamic pose. I'd say they're. Whew. Nomura, I think, even got like a power amp from this mangaka, because I remember a lot of the early Blue Lock episode Nagi stuff blowing a lot of the main manga out of the water in terms of its like dynamic posing. The one panel that always comes to mind is the panel in the tag game right at the start of the episode Nagi, where you get that beautiful panel of Nagi like in midair, both legs parallel, swing his leg, talking about how he's not going to stay in Blue Lock alone. He has like this really amazing dynamic pose. And I feel like Nomura himself was like, whoa, can't have you showing me up in a side story. And then he leveled up his own dynamic posing, which was already crazy, showing just how like dumb stupid both mangaka are. Like Kaneshiro Sensei got 2 real good mangakas to help him do his stuff. Let's see. Boom. Ooh, and he missed. Let's see. Sorry, Nagi. I was actually happy to see you too. Of course you were. Let's see. But I still don't have the confidence to face you. If only you had. Let's see. How long are you blockheads planning? How long are you blockheads staying there? Staying here. Okay, let's go off. Let's get out of here to our room. Wait, let's get out of here. Off to our rooms. And you know what? Yuki Maya, man. I gotta make a video talking about Yuki Maya. Because, like, man, I feel so bad for that character. For so many, I like, especially as a guy who makes fun of Yuki Maya all the time, I still feel really bad for the guy. Let's see. I'm sure that I'm the one who broke Ryo. A little bit of self-important, aren't you? But he is. Let's see. But Ryo got stronger and won. Because he started to change. Just like how he saw you broke me. And made me get fired up. Oh, Nagi. Oh, Nagi, man. Let's see. That's who Rin is to Isagi. And who Sei is... See, this is the thing. He's so self-aware. Wait, what's self-aware enough? Let's see. Setting your sights on the one who broke you. And trying to change. Makes people stronger. You can call that an objective. Or envy. Or hatred. Or even admiration. Ah. I see, Ryo. Hey, Nagi. Just stay a genius, and wait for me. This kind of shows something. Let go of my heart. Let go of it. Let go of it. Let go of it. Squeeze the heart. Gotta squeeze my heart. My heart. Just squeeze it. Let's see. That must be it. To Ryo. Yo, okay, we're getting a little freaky. Why the nyak? But let's see. I'm someone to set his sights on, which lets him get fired up. Oh, that's definitely a way to put it, Nagi. In that case, I'll wait for that fire. When the day comes that I can hold my head high and play soccer with Nagi. No. Someday. When I... And then Ryo. Oh! And someday when I surpass you, Seshiro Nagi, consuming the... Yo, the chameleon consuming the death. Yo, that's crazy. I want you to break me. It's attacking. Oh, once again, this narrative writing is hitting because he does. This literally comes to pass. I want you to break me. And once again, this is so BL coded. Let's see. I want to be your light. Oh, and he was broken. Ah, this is so good. Let's see. After that, I'm sure we can find a new way to relate. And that's the end. Cutting back to Chucky. So I wonder if they're gonna time skip, right? Because we only have 2 chapters left. So maybe we're gonna have to get like we're gonna have to blaze through so much. If it truly is ending in August, like this is the June chapter. So we have like 2 chapters left to get through. But hold on. A W chapter. Once again, it Blue Lock episode Nagi. Especially as a person who was initially reviewing it, then stopped reviewing it for a little bit. Because I was like, I don't really see the point of it. I love what it does. Not just turning into a Greek tragedy, not just dramatic irony, but what it does to flesh out these 2 characters who are already very well fleshed out in the main manga, right? Like, notably, someone asked me, hey, should I read episode Nagi before I read Blue Lock? And I specifically told them no. Like, I was like, don't do that. The main manga does a fine enough job, if not a great job, of fleshing out both of these 2 characters. So realistically, you do not need to read it first. You can read it afterwards, and I even recommend you read it afterwards. And I still hold too firm to that decision, but this manga has elevated both of these characters massively for me in terms of their writing, my perspective on them, and everything. So it's just so goated. But if you made it all the way to the end of this video, please leave Dead by Daylight. I don't know why. I know that doesn't really work, but leave Dead. Actually, no, it kind of works because, you know, Nagi dies to the light that Ryo became after Ryo broke him. Let's see. Leave Dead by Daylight in the comment section down below. I think. Wait, let me hit it for the 2 times. Double worthy. But I want to thank you so much for watching. So remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that notifications so you not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, you can have a Patreon below where you support me for as low as $1 a month to get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Those perks include the live reactions, here with the series I have to review, have variations of all my videos, and if you become a $20 Patreon or $20 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, you have a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You can shop 5 minutes to a short video, 20 minutes long video, or any means at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Once again, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Nagi with the Pencil, writing off. I would like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Glacier, XZ, Zera, Brendan Payne, J2MA, Guillaume, Buddha Uda, Alex Kenny, Yuki Ally, Enzo, Nevis 97, Zachary Wilson, Azo 2404, Planet Crone, Rye Rich, G Prosper, Swift Strike, Alexicon, Striker Man, and Autumn Mornings Lazo. Then, I'd like to give a thank you to our line art patrons: Sean, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin, Encarnacion, Dread Zoan, and A+A. Then, I'd like to give a thank you to our Ink tier members: Austin Wimberly, Euchia, and Shrimpo the Shrimp. Then, I'd like to give a thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. And I'd like to give a thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Waki Munoz and Waki Munoz. And a final and thank you to our ultimate, that guy with a pencil tier patron, Calvin's wife. Not Calvin Elder, who ultimately does have one of my kidneys, but now I must know, and I must undergo the process of getting the second one removed, so I can send the other over to this wonderful family.